right. Welcome to week 2 of the Phi Mu Alpha LCS. I'm Gnarls Barkley here with Gerg7, here to cast you a match between Team 6, not yet named. They are currently on the blue side, and Champion Spotlight Ashen sitting on Team 2. What do you think about this matchup, Greg?
I think it should be a good one. Both teams have wins from last week. Oh, no. Well, I guess blue team doesn't. But I mean, they also didn't have their full roster last week. I mean, missing some players. They've had a bunch of different subs.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be a good match. I think last week, was it? Let's see. So it's a team 4. Yeah. So team 4. Do they have a team name yet?
Champion Spotlight Ashen.
Oh, Champion Spotlight Ashen, aka Team 4. They have their
They have the full roster that they had last week.
Right, exactly. So at least they have some synergy working there. You know, they at least have some people that are working together. Like some kind of consistency.
Sounds like Greg, or it looks like you're having some mic issues. I don't know.
Does it sound like it's you?
Panda just said, and there goes Greg's mic.
I'll listen to the stream.
All right. Well, while he's figuring that out, I'll walk us through pick and ban. First ban we got coming out is a Renekton ban. I'm a little that. I know if you're going to target a ban at the top laner against stock, he's known for his Nautilus. I'm not sure about the Renekton ban, but hey, maybe they're seeing something that I don't see. And then we have a Poppy ban coming out of Team 2. I know we've seen a lot of Poppy jungle that might be targeted even at Sir Everett's in the jungle, because we've seen a lot of that in our games here.
All right, that should be better now. Hopefully it's fixed. But I'll listen a little bit to the stream to hear what it sounds like. But I mean, as for the bans, I mean, this is kind of stuff that's like all individualized bans. It's like looking at match histories, seeing how many champions play, and just banning off of that.
I'm thinking that there's an Echo ban coming out of Team 1. I think that's also a ban more targeted at the jungler, Lucida. I know I've played with him on it before, and he's just taken over games. I definitely think that's a very worthwhile ban. What are we thinking? I want to see Buddy pull out the Kalista. It's his main AD carry, if you will. I think everybody generally knows that. And it just got those buffs. Actually, all 3 of the AD carries got buffs: Lucian, Kalista, and Draven. He likes to play; those are good champions for him. So I could really see him pulling out a pick on that. Or that was what I was just gonna say or I could see blue team just straight up banning it and saying you're not playing this champion.
I wanted to see the Kalista.
I really wanted to see the Kalista. I really wanted to see it too. I think he would have picked it if it were left open to him. But I think it's smart of Team 1 of the blue team to take that away and say you aren't playing this champion.
Now, all that we need in the world is Dylan needs to play Urgot.
Urgot mid, let's go.
I heard he's an Urgot main, so
yeah, dude.
If he doesn't play Urgot, he'll be letting us all.
Urgot one trick incoming. All right, what do we think we're going to see out of the last ban here? Oh, a Katarina ban.
Yeah, nobody wants to play against that.
Yeah, I think that's just a general good LP ban. At least against like strong mid laners. Strong mid laners are going to have that champion in their back pocket if that's their pool. And there's just so little you can do against it right now. We're going to see a Twitch ban out of Team 1.
Pick.
Excuse me. Yeah. First pick on the Twitch.
That's interesting that it must be a comfort thing for the AD carry. I mean, first pick Twitch is a questionable thing, but it must be a situation in which it's like his most comfortable champion.
Maybe. I'm not too familiar with Packers AD carry pool. I've played with them, so I should know, but I don't because I don't pay attention, obviously. We got the Bard coming out. That's gonna be Force. Allergic to milk.
Pal.
Picked up
the Bard, baby.
Picked up a couple MVP performances on it last time this team played. A very good champion for him. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Jhin pickup here either for Buddy. Buffs aside, his Jhin looked very good. The Bard Jhin lane was disgusting. There was just nothing that the enemy bot lane could do in that match. Sebastian, I got a note here from somebody. Why does the screen flash? I don't know why, and I'm just passing it along.
To the stream,
Yep.
to the stream. The reason why the screen flashes is that I accidentally sometimes minimize the client, and therefore it'll flash in and out. But don't worry about it. I know how to fix it, so we'll be all good. Don't worry, guys. I
Cool.
promise.
He's like, I know how to fix it. I'm not going to fix it, but I know how. Let's continue.
And there's that Jhin pickup I was just talking about. They're gonna continue with what was working for him, the Jhin Bard bot lane. Followed up by Leona and Vi. So Leona going to mirror Min in the support role, and Vi presumably the jungle for Sir Everett. Good pick. Can get onto the Jhin. When the Jhin ults, you can get on him and cancel it. Some good counterplay there for him.
Something like, I mean, we kind of have a general idea of that one team comp. So Twitch, Leona, Vi. So I mean, they first picked the Twitch, but now they have zero appeal. I mean, unless you're gonna have Leona to peel, which is not necessarily a peeling champion. You know, I mean, she can, engage with their ulti, and then peel the rest. But I mean, she's primarily an engaged champion. So if you're gonna have Leona and Vi to engage, so what? They're still missing their top lane and their mid lane. So you assume mid lane could go some kind of utility damage mid laner. I mean, or, depending on what it is, but I mean, in the current situation, I mean, the Twitch is going to kind of, be self-reliant. Granted, the other team doesn't really have much to get on right now because they have Jhin Bard. So, maybe a high CC, high mobile jungler would help a lot.
I'm curious if they go with the Kayle for front lash, and just say, here, I'm going to ult Packer go wild on the Twitch. I'm curious if that's the route they go, and kind of instead of focusing on peeling on him, just focus on he can't take damage. We see a Rek'Sai pick coming out for Lucida in the jungle, and an Ahri pick for
so right there already, it's like Twitch's nightmare. I mean,
Rek'Sai
flash knockups, Ahri just able to get to the AD carry. I mean, that's a Lulu. That's a great pick. That's a fantastic pick.
I'm not sure if that's going to
really rounds out the combo yet.
Yeah, it kind of a buff the AD carry pick, and a Lissandra.
See, that's actually a really good team. They have the Vi, Leona, Lissandra. I mean, that engages right ridiculous.
There. And then Lulu and Twitch just kind of got to fend for themselves. Just hope that they can survive long enough to get their damage off.
The Jhin and mobile carry. So I guess, is that everything then? Oh no,
we got last pick, and looks like we're looking for a top laner. I would probably expect to see Nautilus here from Stock Dalius. It's his champion. I would be shocked if he goes for anything else but it. The only thing that would suck is both the Lissandra and the Lulu, which can both be flexed to both lanes, aren't really fun lanes for the Nautilus. He's got no way to poke in lane. He's just going to have to farm under his tower and hope he doesn't get poked out. And there is the Nautilus, so.
I'm just going to copy all these down.
I got them all, but if you want to still get them, that's fine.
Yeah, put them in #LCS too.
All right. Going for comfort picks on Stockadalius. It's a champ he knows well, a champ he can team fight on. Both got two fairly strong team fight comps. I'd say if you're looking for a straight up team fight, I think Team 1's comp is a little bit stronger because of the Vileo Lissandra. And if you're looking at the engage options on the side of Team 2, you're looking at Nautilus, Rek'Sai, and maybe a good Bard ulti in there. It's just a little bit more circumstantial as to how they get their engages.
I mean, I think it's honestly one of those things, right? I mean, it's like champions, in my opinion. I would give it to Team 6 as having, I guess, kind of a more dominant lane or game. I mean, because, out of their team, they have the one sub who presumably they put on the most comfortable role on Twitch. So while the Lissandra, Vi, and Leona are in their face, the Twitch can just sit back and just kind of do whatever he wants, while also having Lulu to just peel the whole time.
Right.
I guess the only thing against it is, Nautilus Ultimate and Ahri and Rek'Sai. But I mean, Lulu's kind of a counter to all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, just probably more of Ahri when he jumps in. Alt Twitch when Rek'Sai jumps on him, and the rest of the team. I mean, you got to assume the rest of the team's not going to really be able to get focused as much because they're not necessarily squishy.
Well, yeah. If you try to focus the Leona's tanky. If you try to focus Vi's tanky. If you try to focus and he'll eventually have his Zhonya's. It looks like if these picks are going through the way it's looking like, looks like it's going to be the Lissandra top lane. I think that's smart. I think it's definitely not a weak lane for Lissandra because melee versus ranged already, which is always nice to play. The worry for me is if it gets to a point where Nautilus just doesn't take damage anymore, then Lissandra's going to lose all that side wave pressure, and Nautilus can just pretty much do whatever he wants in a solo lane. And that's maybe one way that red side blue team can, or red side red team can find ways to maybe work around all this heavy engage that's been put together.
Yeah, I mean, I really think it's going to come down to how well bottom lanes do at this point. I mean, especially on what was your team? Ashen's Dream.
Champion Spotlight Ashen.
Champion Spotlight Ashen, aka T4. If Jin gets behind, they're relying on Ahri again. How the heck is Ahri going to get to a Twitch between a Lulu, a Vi, and a Lissandra and a Leona? Like, good luck. So if they're able to generate kills for the Twitch Leona bottom against the Jhin, it's going to be really hard. I mean, that is all of their damage. So you gotta hope that the Ahri and the Jhin can get ahead. I mean, obviously your carries getting ahead is ideal, but I mean, in this situation, if Jhin doesn't get ahead, you get into mid game where Lissandra and Vi excel. So it could be one of those situations where Jhin gets down a kill or two. You know, even if Vi gets a kill, you know, Twitch gets a kill. You know, that just helps their mid game, and Vi's mid game is just going to be ridiculous. Like, especially against the Jhin, that a mobile carry. I mean, you have the peel with the Bard, but other than that, you know, you're kind of looking for Rek'Sai and Nautilus to be that front line against Lissandra and Vi. So you're very reliant on the Jhin to get ahead and just carry, honestly.
I would say, though, that if you're talking about 80 carries being behind and getting the damage to get in, I think it's more pressing, actually, for the blue team to make sure that Twitch is in a spot where he can deal damage, because while the Vi and Lissandra can bring some damage into the team fights, I don't think that's the damage that carries those late-game team fights. If the Twitch doesn't ever really get that chance to go do Twitch things and spray and pray all over the entire enemy team, then it's going to be tough. They've drafted this comp that it relies on Packer getting fed in order for it to work. And I think we're going to see a lot of action bot lane. That's for sure.
Did you say spray and pray?
It got changed to rat-a-tat-tat, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it did. Why don't you be correct next time, all right?
Listen, that was like a month ago.
I'm sorry. It was way more than a month ago. But that's okay. You know, we forgive newbie mistakes.
Listen.
But I think a big component we haven't really necessarily talked about is if Lissandra gets ahead. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we talked about, you know, needing the Jhin to carry. I mean, Lissandra is the perfect thing to prevent that. You know, and especially against the Nautilus. I mean, the only problem Lissandra might really have is just, you know, mana costs, just being able to kind of, you know, keep mana high while also poking down the Nautilus. But I mean, if Lissandra can get, you know, a kill top and get ahead, you know, that, I mean, Lissandra ult on Jhin, he's dead. You know, he can get a QSS, but then Vi will just ult him.
Right. There's many ways to dive onto this Jhin, and I think that once they saw the Jhin pick up, they were like, well, let's find ways to deal with the Jhin. And I've played Jhin into Vi before. It is not fun. It is awful to try and save yourself whenever a Vi's like, hey, Jhin, you're dead now. Like, because barring your team healing for you, which, to be fair, I was playing in solo queue at the time, and we all know how that goes. Barring your team peeling for you, there's nothing a Jhin can do against a Vi, because there's just so much damage into that little kit, and it's built perfectly for taking out an AD carry. So
I like
we'll see how it goes.
Playing Jhin into Vi isn't fun, rather than just saying playing literally anyone into Vi isn't fun.
Well, at least like if you're Lucian or if you're Civ, you've got a dasher, you've got some safety, you've got some mobility.
At least if you're Lucian or you're Sivir, you can dash before Vi ults you and kills you anyway.
Right. It gives you a little bit more options, I guess.
Like, sweet, look at all this kiting I did. Look how far away from team fight. Oh, flash. Oh, I'm dead anyway. Oh, well, that took a lot of skill.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, especially with Vi, you're gonna be looking to get to win the game early. I believe it was Meteos on one of his streams that was saying that Vi is so powerful right now that if you are able to successfully gank a lane 3 times in under 10 minutes, your win rate or the probability of you winning actually increases by 20%, 20 to 25%, something like that.
I believe it.
Because of the simple fact that there's no wasted kills on Vi. It's
Yeah.
if Vi gets the kill, that's fine. Vi carries. Vi carries games easily. If the lane opponent, or I'm sorry, not the lane opponent, if your lane ally gets the kill, that's fine. They get in, they get ahead in lane, and just an easier time to farm and pressure. So like, Vi and Hecarim are both those champions that are just able to carry by themselves, and just that out of the jungle is like really really huge for them. And I know I speak for my team, which is why we're like, yeah, we're definitely banning the Vi every single time, not because of the people that we're going against, but just the champion itself is just so strong.
Mm-hmm. And I apologize, I didn't introduce Sebastian. This is Light Pulse 94, also with us, adding in his 2 cents whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, I think kind of going off of that, the thing that makes Vi so strong, and the thing that team really benefits from, is just a point and click engage.
Mm-hmm.
Vi, like, that's I think that's a lot of things teams struggle with, and defining the alpha LCS is like engaging. And this team, it's like Vi ulted, okay, we're going in. Lissandra ulted, okay, we're going in. It's a clear engage.
And even as simple as
the Nautilus is a clear engage, but I mean, Nautilus isn't necessarily an engage. It's kind of more of a follow up. I mean, obviously you can get a pick with it, but like it does take a while to get to you. So they can make the pick on the Twitch, but the Lulu will just peel it away anyway.
Yeah, and even like as simple as if you think about all the different forms of CC on this team, you've got even you've got a Lulu polymorph that's point click. You've got a lot of taking the skill shots out of it. They're just making sure that they can get onto whoever they want to get onto. All right, so we are now in game. Well, at least I'm now in game. I'm always looking behind these guys because my computer sucks.
Oh, the level 1? Oh, I'm missing the Q from the Bard. They're pinging him missing.
Hey, he got a gold. I don't know what they're laughing about. It is a gold lead.
The BM.
It was a gold lead
until he misses his skill shots.
Looks like nothing too strange.
Down, so. Let me see if I can.
Minions have spawned.
Panda just said, "Get a new hamster." Thanks, Panda. Thanks. May the power of Ashen be with you. I like it. So it looks like. Go ahead.
Not much having an obvious level playing the safe approach. I think it's gonna come. I'm gonna make bold predictions here. I'm gonna make bold predictions. Vi is gonna get blue buff after, eventually get blue buff, gank top, and kill Nautilus to get first blood with Lissandra. Calling it right now.
Well, the one caveat that to though is Elucida's going the same path. If they're both probably going to have in mind of about a 3-4 minute gank top lane at level 3. They're both doing buff wolves buff, which should come out to be about the same time, if not a seconds difference, which could make the difference in the play. But I expect we're going to see something top lane. Oh, maybe not. Rek'Sai alternate his path going to the Gromp next. So your bold prediction still is going to stand some chance, because that's going to be the natural play for Vi, provided that this Lissandra lets the lane push out a little bit, which is looking a little bit tough.
And actually, that's a really good thing by Frontlash, is because he went an AP top laner. It really just it disrupts Stock's his core build, because a lot of Nautilus they want to go Bomby Cinder into a Sunfire Cape. Well, the thing is that if you're getting poked out of lane, ever so often, you're not going to be able to get that Bomby Cinder. So it's going to be a really passive lane, and you're not going to get that lane pressure.
We got action mid. Flash knockup from the Rek'Sai into the charm, and they finish off the kill. The Ignite's ticking, and there it is. First blood Ahri.
That was a nice gank. I mean, the
Yes,
flash
it
knockout
was.
from Rek'Sai, right into the chart. It was perfect CC with the ignite the whole time. I mean, that's literally as ideal as it gets.
Yeah, they trained
It
it
does
well.
help to get the first blood. The Lulu does have TP, so it's not the end of the world. It looks like he's not gonna miss any of the wave.
Right.
I mean, obviously, first blood. That's a lot of gold coming out to the Ahri.
We got a counter here from the Vi.
Just trying to get some poke down. I mean, but not much is gonna be able to happen. But I mean, we're talking before. Highlight of this game is going to be the bottom lane, and at this point the bottom lane is pushed out, but now it's a situation where they can't really be making their plays that they want to make. Sal is a very aggressive Bard player, and Buddy's a very aggressive Jhin player. So they're trying to get those early kills rather than just like getting ahead and farm. So it's a situation right now where they've pushed out, where the Jin's only going to have to farm. And if you look at their ward coverage, they have that one in river up there. But Try's not warded. Well, now it is.
As it is
Try
now.
was not warded before. And Vi's about to walk through this ward right now. We'll getting Scuttle Crab. But I mean, it's that situation, and they're pushed up a lot. It's not really an easy gank for anybody. It's a situation in which if Vi just waits for when Vi's trying to make a play right now, it doesn't seem like they notice her. Vi's just gonna sneak in right here. They don't have any vision. You walk right through a ward. Vi's sorting with the Q. Vi lands it on the Jhin. Nice for the Jhin. Gets the E-Proc. It's gonna be enough though. It's slow.
Flashed away.
Is it gonna be enough? Oh, he's got health potions ticking. The poison won't be enough. Oh, the E on the minions to finish it from Vi. Nice kill there. The flash E finishing off the Jhin. Very nicely done.
Nice knowledge of the champion mechanics that you can get the damage off on the E through the minions.
Oh, the gank is coming out top. The nice burrow from the Rek'Sai. Probably not going to be enough to get the kill, but get some damage done nonetheless. Might have to use that TP. Lissandra does have the health potions ticking. Hasn't used one yet in lane. But
She just used it, yeah.
That kill right there was huge. I mean, giving that Vi that early kill. But I mean, something huge to notice as well right now. Lissandra's up 22 farm. So that's definitely something that's really going to hurt them. That point-and-click engage is getting ahead and farm by a lot.
Well, and like Sebastian said at one point, that gank bot lane, it gave Twitch time to farm, it gave him an assist, and it gave Vi a kill. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that kill going over, because that Vi can snowball that into damage that she can take to the mid lane when they're getting an Ahri or against the Nautilus, and it's a very good omen for Team 1. That I guess it was the second gank that was attempted by Vi, but it was still one of the first two ganks that attempted got them a kill, and it got them a kill in the lane that we're saying is going to be the main priority in this game, which is that bot lane.
Honestly speaking, after that kill, if I'm stock, I'm probably if I were stock, I would say to my Rek'Sai right now, hey look, this lane is pretty much done for me, and he's actually gonna almost get a kill there.
That was great.
That was a kill. That was a nice hook.
Oh my goodness.
That was a great hook through the minions.
So as I was saying, if I'm stock right now, I'm actually saying to my Rek'Sai, hey look, just hang around mid, just hang around bot lane. I'm gonna lose this lane. There's nothing much I can really do at this point. Get something going elsewhere. Be where Vi's gonna be, because Vi's really gonna want to shut down Buddy and Sal right now, because honestly speaking, they might be looking at the bot lane as their win condition. So you're gonna want to be there to counter engage every single thing that Vi has, so she can't get ahead and the bot lane can't get ahead as well.
Yeah. That was a gorgeous play by Stock in top lane. It didn't net him a kill, but it certainly was showcased.
Kill too. I mean,
that would have helped a lot.
There.
It certainly showcased his mechanics on the champion, that's for sure.
Yeah, but all in all, Twitch is getting pushed into tower significantly. He's right there in farm. He's one ahead with even waves now at this point. Hopefully, I'd like to see a champion spotlight option, aka Team 4 Red Team. Let them push out a little bit, maybe see if they can get a play going. Ahri actually looks to be heading up top lane, not walking through any wards. Not sure if Lissandra's going to see it. Lissandra's going to see it with the late ward. Not sure if it's enough. He is backing off now. Does have flash, so he shouldn't be able to make anything happen there. And Ahri's just going to steal the wave. Trying to make the play anyway. Misses the Q, and then Lissandra ease away.
Yep.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It was, walking through the ward at that point, it was just trying to, kind of force something. Lissandra ult, well, she doesn't have her ulti, but Lissandra E and flash still being up, you're not going to kill her.
And I guess whatever I just said is not exactly on their mind right now because it looks like they do want to get stock going, but honestly speaking, it's just not worth. You know, a Nautilus late game is gonna happen no matter what you do. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, as long as you don't feed kills to the Lissandra, I mean, a CS-fed Lissandra doesn't really do much in the mid game. She has to have those items. Like, you know, she's starting her Roa right now. That's a very, very expensive item, especially early. And looks
Yeah.
like we're gonna get some more action over here. And Buddy has left the
Oh.
game.
They got a pause going.
Yeah, I'm gonna message someone to pause.
It is tournament draft, so they can pause. There it is. No,
Okay.
he reconnected. It was just a little spike.
All right. Little scared, but we're all set.
Yeah, we gotta remember we're also 3 minutes behind.
Right.
I
So I was telling you to
pause, and I was like, wait, please don't pause. We'll see. We'll see at about 12 minutes. We'll see if this is a random pause in the game.
If I'm Nautilus here, do I maybe go for that ZZ route? I know I got a little bit of but I feel like it would help him out a lot in this lane. And it gives him the MR, and it still gives him the AD that he's going to really want come mid-game, and maybe that's a good item to rush in this case if you're Nautilus.
Oh, the Nautilus ulting in right away. Prevents the
Almost. Oh, the max range hook, though!
Oh, yeah, looks like the Sancho might fall down. The chain of CC, still ultimate, still has
flash.
She has
dude.
flash.
That's
She still does
She's
have
not going
flash.
to wait. Oh,
Ooh.
Great ward.
Oh, it's
Great
not
ward by
enough.
Stog,
Finishing
putting the
kills.
vision there.
that was very well played. And Vi was based on all that happened, so there's not really any counter that they can make, provided that this bot lane doesn't overstay their welcome here.
No, but it's
Because
looking
we
like
do
they're
have
gonna
a
collapse.
Vi Roman. They got a pink ward there that they'll see in time.
Sal's
when
not
we-
moving. Sal's not moving.
And they have all 4 summoners in the bot lane.
Sal's not
You
moving.
gotta
They're
see
both
now.
not moving.
The Leo flash
Oh,
already?
no, that flash was way too early. He's gonna have to burn heal if he hasn't already. He did burn the heal too little, too late. In
Yep.
a 4-man bot lane. You see,
And that's what I was talking about. Like that play was won until that play bot. Because now the sequence of events over the last minute and a half of gameplay shifted towards the red team because now they've got themselves a 2K gold lead, about to pick up a dragon.
So you see, that's what,
Alright, yeah, nice
that's what
poking
I was
now.
saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. If Rek'Sai was there to counter engage a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of that, then it wouldn't have happened. Good job for getting that kill in top lane. But what does that
Oh, yeah.
accomplish? What is that net?
Oh,
And that's Ahri is actually putting out a lot of damage, and she almost gets it. But the thing is that the Lou ultimate's going to be able to get her down, and it's
going to
the
be a
chain
dead
CC
Rek'Sai. Yup.
The chain CC, they can't skirmish. As soon as they don't have the numbers advantage, they have to leave.
Yeah.
So
If they could have stalled that maybe like 10 seconds more for bot lane to get there and maybe get the Jinl in and disrupting some havoc, that could have been one fight. I think it was just by the skin of their teeth. It was just the time wasn't quite in their favor.
yeah. So you see, that's what I was saying. The Rek'Sai, if he would have stayed bot lane, and a lot of junglers need to pay attention to this as well. It's just that you need to be where the action is. You're gonna know that Vi is gonna want to be down there, especially for the dragon. Your top laner is losing. Hey, that sucks, but you gotta cut your losses at some point, and you gotta be where the action is and actually affect the game in a proactive way rather than a reactive way. And it's just one of those things that you got to really learn. Hopefully, he looks back at this VOD and he can see that, and it can really affect his gameplay.
Looks like we might have a roam mid lane coming from the red team's bot lane. Trying to make something happen.
Vi's trying to make something happen in 2v1, but the Jin's not going to land a W there.
Yeah.
Something
That W hit,
something I'm noticing about, especially the top lane, is Nautilus is trying to use his E to farm under tower, but getting the ult engage now on Lissandra. No, not going to prevent the E jump away. The Rek'Sai might be able to back up. Trying to make this happen, taking tower shots. Nice ulti from Lissandra. The TP's coming in from behind him. It's the Lulu. They're going to make something happen here.
Oh no, he gets canceled.
Oh, he gets canceled by the Ahri Charm mid. Nice cancel though. Definitely
Well
needed that.
played, DG Mad Hatter, because that could have been a really bad turn of events there for him.
But yeah, but I was saying before. I mean, the Nautilus has been doing something a lot of Nautilus players do unintentionally. Well, intentionally, but shouldn't be doing is just eating the wave for the sake of eating the wave.
Yeah, because then it makes it harder to last hit.
Exactly. Wait to use your E so they're low health. Wait to use it because I mean, you max that. Wait to use that when you know it's going to confirm to get the kills. And Lulu trying to get a little bit of damage in mid, missing the Q, not getting that core form of damage bottom lane.
It was still about an even trade though, regardless, because of the Lulu's popping her corrupting potion and her shield. We currently have a triple dark seal out of General Dill.
That triple dark seal. Meta ever.
We got to play mid, and nothing's gonna happen from it. Oh, the charm hits though. Some good poke damage.
The reason for the triple dark seal, by the way, is because it's 245, so you can still get a lot of gold out of selling it. Plus, you get a lot of benefits from it, you know.
Well, and the additional healing from potions isn't unique, so it's everything else about it. The stacking mana and AP, that's all unique, but it's kind of like the idea of stacking Doran's rings in lane. It's a new evolution of that.
I mean, you were talking about getting that ZZ Rot top. Looks like that's what he's doing.
I'm in favor.
Little, I don't know. I mean, it is good to get the lane pressure, but I mean, lane pressure against the Lissandra doesn't really exist. I mean, you can just clear the wave, E and Q, and he's going to be losing. He's not going to have like, you know, a little bit of magic resistance, but he's not going to have that Spear of Visage for the Lulu Lissandra. Twitch, who's 0-0 and 3, 20 farm up, he's not going to have any resistances for that, especially with the amount of farm he has at this moment. Yeah, I would have much rather maybe
We got a
even
bard
a Spear
roaming
Visage
top.
first.
Hold up. We got a bard roaming top. Oh, they got the Lissandra way cornered off, but I'm not sure if it's gonna result in anything here. A nice E from front lash, and he's just gonna walk away like nothing happened.
Also, fun fact: there's almost a 90 CS lead from both of the solo laners collectively right now.
Oh, flash Q misses from top,
Trying to
and
make
he's
a
about to be
little too much
done.
happen
So the kill goes over to General Dill on the Lulu.
Trying to just force a little bit too much there.
Yeah.
A little ambitious. Oh, they're going in too aggressive there. You know, just honestly, just trying to make plays happen. You know, it's you're trying to make plays happen, but being a little too aggressive there. I mean, you're mid against the Lissandra Lulu with one dash left on your Ahri ultimate. You know, you dash in, he's just gonna W you, polymorph, and you're pretty much done. But a playmaking Jin's done, and yep.
Oh,
Yeah, the
man.
second the Vi Q lands, I mean, especially on Jin, it's a death. You know, you land the Q on Vi, that's where you're getting all your damage from. You land the Q on the Vi, if you can't finish him off with that kill, you'll probably get him to about half health with the Q, and then your E combo to proc your passive. But at that point, you don't kill them, you just ult them, and they're dead.
Right.
But Team 6 is looking pretty good so far, though.
Yes, they are. They're playing well around their strengths right now. They got two very strong solo lanes that are. Well, they may not have kill pressure yet. They definitely can survive the lane and play a little bit aggressive, and it really gives Vi a chance to go where she wants and get in where she wants to get some of these invades off and get some of these ganks off bot lane, because it's opened up a lot of the map.
Yeah, I mean, up 5K in 16 minutes. I mean, it's the farm differential across. You know, blue team has literally every lane they're winning. Oh, the Bard getting poked out from the Lulu, getting the nice damage done. Oh, missing the charm. Oh, he's chasing him.
Oh, General Dill wants it.
It's not gonna have enough movement speed from the Bard. The Bard healing, gonna get him away easily.
Honestly speaking, that farm differential right now, especially early, is accounting for about 2K of that lead right now. 7-2 isn't that much of a huge lead. He just gets outright caught out there. But it's prolonging so many of their items that they should already have. The Ahri is just sitting on an abyssal, and meanwhile Dylan already has his first item completed, and you know he's essentially investing in those dark seals at the moment. And meanwhile, Twitch, on the other hand, Twitch is actually not that far ahead in terms of farm and everything, but it's.
I mean, he's 20 farm up. He's 20 farm up though. Like, it's not a small difference, and that's nothing on Buddy. It's nothing on his farm. It's just he's gotten ganked 3 times, which is never fun. Got a plague coming mid potentially. The exhaust has already been thrown down. Oh, this isn't gonna end well. This is not gonna end well.
He's got Thunderlords, doesn't he?
This is not ending well.
Yes.
I'm not sure what killed him. That must have been minion damage. But I think honestly for me right now, and getting a kill on the easy.
And Greg, it was
ultimate, but,
probably the corrupting potion because Lulu still got it and there's no charges left. I'm sure Lulu was drinking it.
Oh, but yeah, for me, I think the biggest difference between these two teams right now is blue team is trying to make plays, but they're trying to make plays with like 3 people there, and they have pretty good communication. I mean, the only really times, well, red team's trying to make something happen here would be a mistake. You just Rek'Sai's backing out, but I mean, the only time they were kind of caught out was Lissandra top lane, but Lissandra has so much escape it doesn't even matter. But rather than red team, is necessarily kind of just trying to make plays, but getting caught out and doing so. And they'll go in and try to make aggressive engages, and they'll use their flash to try to get the engage and miss it. Or they'll be pushed in lane once they get once the blue team gets dragon, and they'll have to pop ultimate to escape.
Right, they're trying to force it. Yeah. They're trying to force everything to happen rather than it happening to them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, rather than using your summoner spells and your abilities to force the engage or counter to them, they're relying more on it just to escape at this point.
Yeah. So we see we finally got the first full item out of this Nautilus ZZ route. I'm not sure at this point if that's going to hold us off at all, but I like the thought process. Even I hate the item, but I mean if you're in that lane, you need to try and find some way to get some pressure so that instead of Lissandra being the one able to make these roams and roams, it's Nautilus who was able to maybe start getting that to happen.
Right.
That's honestly been one of the biggest differences. Is right now the front lash is free to pretty much go wherever he wants, because if stock answers that, he's not getting farm. Right now he needs farm, and if stock roams, then it's just going to be a tower over to front lash because front lash can just stay mid. The tower's already on what? The tower's on 992 health. Get a big minion wave going for Lissandra and that tower in 15-20 seconds. So it's
at this point, it's just not looking good for the red team. I mean,
I definitely don't disagree with you on that.
Oh, 10k gold lead 20 minutes in. That's
yeah.
That doesn't bode well for anybody.
I mean, honestly, the only thing they were really do at this point is just rely on getting a charm and just getting something off of it. But I do have to say, blue team just have really good teamwork. They're moving together. They're using their ultimates effectively. They're grouping up at great times. They're kind of, they've just been making plays as a team rather than making plays individually, and it works for them. With this team comp specifically, I mean, the Lissandra vibe point and click is perfect with the Lulu that can just get the CC. But it looks like they're going on the Lissandra top lane. She does have her flash.
Oh no, he hooked the minion
out.
Stuff from the barn, he comes from the damage. Lissandra with a 3-man puppy when they put all the Lulu's TPing in. Might put Huff in here. The shield's coming out from the Lulu. Looks like it might be the questionable TP though. Lulu's
TP'd into his own death.
Coming back in, not going to be enough though.
Oh, Sal!
Sal!
Is it going to be an
instant flash.
See, trying to kind of be reactive there.
But now blue team's reacting to all of it. Because now they've got themselves potentially into a 4v3. So it turns the 3v2 into a 4v3 like that because they have the priority on this play over the Ahri and the Jhin.
That's
if they wanted to...
It looks like they're good.
They gave it up. Okay.
Buddy's in a pretty bad spot.
Already flashed away. All this Ahri damage is just going on the Leona. Oh, but the W hits!
Nice.
This is the picks we're talking about.
Alright. So this is what we were talking about, getting picks, getting back in the game. They make the play top lane, and Dill trying to make the TP to kind of save them. It just wasn't enough. 3 people top lane with the Lissandra, who was already quarter health, had to use her ultimate to engage, but Vi's going to be able to turn this here. The nice knockup to prevent the Q, though.
Oh, Jhin coming in.
This is the first shot. Might be able to get the second one. Vi's just getting Q away to live. But I mean, again, making those picks, making them burn spells now to kind of escape. That's what blue team was doing before. Now red team's kind of turning it a little bit.
The only unfortunate thing for Champions Folly Ashen was they lost the objective, which ultimately was that top lane tier 1 tower. But it's the first fight that they walked away that they still had more numbers. It was the first fight that they effectively won. And it gives you some confidence if you're red team that well, we can still win some of these fights. It's just a matter of winning them and then finding a way to transition those wins into the objectives, which is part of what the blue team has been doing so well that has gotten this lead. They win a fight bot, they take Dragon. They win the fight mid, take mid tower, peel back to Dragon. They lose a fight top, they still take top tower. Like they've got the objective control right now, and I think if red team wants a chance, they need to find a way to make that happen.
Absolutely. Something that I really want to see out of Sal right now is a Mikhail's Crucible. It takes away that click potential from both from the Leona as well as the Vi as well, you know, because the way that the chain events is going to happen is if Leona ult actually hits Buddy, then, you know, Vi ult is just going to come on through, knocking everybody away, and then getting that done. But if you cleanse the Leona ultimate and are able to let Buddy get away for just a split second and to actually react, it just becomes so much of a better team fight. So I really, really want Sal to actually start looking into the Mikhails. And on the other side of the map, it's 0-4. I understand Buddy's going to be looking to try and get a little bit more damage items, but right now he has to survive in order for him to just get the
that
damage
QSS.
up. And he's gonna need to buy that QSS ASAP before any other item after this Youmuu's.
Looks like the
I don't
Dragon
disagree
might
with
be
you.
coming in here a little bit. Red team's got nice vision to kind
We've
of.
got
Blue team might be
TP
trying to force it a little bit though. I mean, they don't really have much vision on it. Maybe they're at this point trying to get vision. Twitch taking a lot of damage from the Dragon. But going back to the point that you were making before, Sebastian, and you make that point for the Mikhails, you know, Devil's Advocate there. You know, you Mikhails the Leona ultimate, you're going to get Lissandra ultimate, you're going to get Vi ultied. So, you know, it's nice to have that Mikhails, but their team is just so built around that. I mean, they just have all that point and click CC. But the Dragon, the Infernal Drake coming out, Red team's not going to really be able to do much here. Ari maybe getting caught out, not able to get away, but, you know, that easy Dragon there.
Well, I think that's why Sebastian was saying you need to get both of them. You need a Mikhails out of the Bard, and you need the QSS on the Jhin, because then you've got two of them that are down. And so say you Mikhails the Leo ult, and then you QSS the Lissandra ult, then you can still save maybe your flash.
And honestly,
Hopefully you have it up and flash away from Vi after the ult goes through.
And honestly speaking, I really don't think that Lissandra is going to be able to go through the front line in order to get that ulti onto them. To get to the ulti onto the Jhin, because that's really, really far deep that she actually has to go down. So if you trade 1v1 for an 80 carry that's going 0-4, that's not exactly going to be worth with you being 2-1 and actually providing.
Oh, the Bard stun. Sal still making good plays on this Bard.
Absolutely. Great
And
ultimate for them to try and get out.
Blue might be turning this around. They have the Twitch ultimate. Leona ultimate not to get the stun. The redemption coming out. Not
And Twitch is just going.
Twitch is able to get the ultimate off. The poison's burning on the Nautilus. Leona getting the W prod.
Another good stun from Bard, though.
So all in all, this really isn't beneficial to them.
Oh no.
Oh, Vi just deciding Ari's gonna die now.
Yeah, just buy things. One thing I want to touch on, we were talking about Lissandra being able to just dive into the enemy line. It looks like she went Rod first, Abyssal second. All in favor of that. Going into a Proto Belt third, which is going to delay Azonia's until the fourth item. So yeah, you're kind of right. There's not really necessarily a great way for Lissandra to get into the backline yet, provided that they can't just have enough damage to straight up kill everybody.
Well,
before her ulti's up.
Yeah, especially before she built Azonia's. You know, now she's giving up her survivability in exchange for a pick that, you know, may
for a little bit of mobility.
Exactly, and it's just not going to work. So if you have a lot of those defensive options and whatnot, it's going to be a lot easier for Buddy to actually transition into the late game, because now he's not going to be sitting in base with a death timer, and he's going to be able to actually farm. He's going to be able to actually clean up a couple of kills that he needs in order to get back into the game.
We got a play coming top lane. And a whole bunch of abilities traded, but it looks like no kills are going to go down in it. Good disengage by the champion Spotlight Ashen. Oh, and then a two-man Bard stun. Just Charm can't land to follow it up on it.
I mean,
disengage.
It's honestly at this point, you know, if Red Team didn't have such a colossal, you know, rough early game, they'd still be in this game. I mean, they've been making nice picks. But I mean, we talked about Lissandra not being able to get on the Jhin and getting a QSS. Guys, you gotta realize he has a Youmuu's. That's it. He has a Youmuu's. He gets a QSS at this point. He's gonna have no damage at all. And Lissandra coming in, not ults of Ori is gonna be enough with the W. The Jhin gets the ultimate.
We got the counter engage going.
Cancels the ultimate off a little bit though, but look, they're making that pick. Oh, Blue
Lash has already gotten one. Is Vi gonna die to DFT?
Looks like he's gonna escape. little health.
Buddy flashed in for this. He wants this.
The Amuma's coming in. Will be enough. Oh, and he gets the
Oh,
shutdown.
he gets the shutdown.
He actually auto-canceled the first Yomu shot.
So they get a 2-for-1 pick here. Let's see what now, like we were saying, let's see if red team can get any objectives off it. Looks like they might be going for a Baron here.
This is actually really risky. Twitch is up. He has his ultimate. He has
And the TP's
Lulu
up.
as well.
Lulu ult is up too. Leona ult's up. There's a lot that they can do about this.
This is gonna be really risky. And Buddy's actually taking so much the same
Gonna die to
damage.
Baron.
Side. Leona's trying to make plays on the Jin. Not gonna be
Oh,
enough.
the ult.
He's able to clean up all these kills now.
The Leo
It's
ult
not
to
enough.
end it. I like the thought. I don't know that they really didn't have much else they could have taken with top and mid both pushed in and bot being far away from where the fight was. I think that might have been the only thing they really could have taken.
Easy Baron for them. Ari might come in and try to get a steal. Does have ultimate. Does have ignite. Leona is taking a lot of damage.
Well,
here, and
Vice-
Baron's gonna die.
Vi's not close.
But Ari's coming in to make the play. Ult's in. Might get polymorphed by the. Oh, killing the Lulu.
Kill the
Still
Lulu.
making the plays. Baron is not procced anymore. Okay, not sure why Baron wasn't really doing anything, but they're able to finish Baron off nonetheless. But I mean, you know, getting back, you know, the thing that blue team excels at is it's like, you know, QSS and McHale's doesn't matter. You got a Leona, you got a Vi, you got a Lissandra, the Lulu. It's just so much CC in your face, you know, and because they're so behind early game, the red team that is, because they're so behind early game, they don't have the ability to get that QSS. You know, they don't have the ability to get the McHale's because they're still trying to get their core two items.
Right. You see, I'm assuming it's. I'm not even sure what Buddy's in the process of working towards. He's got the BF and the Zeal in his inventory. I'm assuming he's working in towards a Essence Reaver and then a Rapid Fire Cannon. Those are still very delayed items. Those still require a lot. Rapid Fire, not so much, but he still needs probably about 1,000 gold for that. Actually, I think it's about 1,300. It's a long way off. If they can stall this game out long enough to where Buddy gets a chance to get that 3 items,
Looks
they
like
stand a
break
chance.
point
But
might be coming up here. Lissandra's trying to make the pick. That Bush is not warded. He does miss the Q from Rek'Sai. I mean, that damage on the Q on the Bard from Lissandra was. I mean, look at that already. Like what, 200 damage? Yeah, 200, 300 damage already onto the Bard.
almost
Not a team
400.
fight that Red wants to take with
It was
Baron
almost
and all the
400.
CC coming out from Blue Team. Red Team looks like they realized that they might back off here.
Greg,
Blue
that
Team
one Q
opting
was
to
almost
push down
400
the
damage.
Middle lane, it looks like.
That's yeah. They got Baron. They should be trying to push. Maybe crack the base a little bit. Got an interesting little cheese bush popping out, but they're sitting on a ward, and I don't think they know it, which makes that kind of hard for it to be a cheese bush.
Blue Team just opts to get the dragon. Red Team might be coming for the steal. I mean, it's
They're gonna back off, yeah.
but I mean, at this point, it's one of those situations in which Red Team's been having some pretty good team fights, rather not as 5v5 team fights or group team fights, but more rather that Lissandra's got picked out and the Lulu tries to save him and dies as well. It's been more the fact that the team fights from Blue Team have been kind of individual fights. Like, look at this situation. You have your Lulu top with TP trying to make plays here. Ari gets the charm in. It's a lot of damage onto the Leona. Not going to be enough. But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the Lulu's going top to push it out, but rather than waiting for the Lulu to push out the wave, they're trying to, like, almost die. Which against a Jin Rek'Sai Bard is questionable. I mean, getting the stuns there,
Well,
the charm's
Nautilus.
coming out.
The Nautilus has good counter engage, and if they try to dive here, it could spell trouble. Although Lulu's already rotating back. She was just getting top lane started up. I was just gonna do a straight up 5-man siege. That's interesting.
Should have sieged in on that tower. I mean, the tower's not going down. Bard ultimate comes out, gets 2 of them. They might be able to react to this. Nautilus getting the knock up. Oh, the damage coming out. Vi's taking a lot from the tower.
Jin is untouched in the back. Buddy is untouched right now. Oh, the Lissandra's on him now.
Also on Jin. Oh, Lissandra's gonna go down. And a lot of damage coming out. Oh, Lissandra lives though. Oh,
Nice
Lissandra
stun.
lives. I mean, that Baron gave him the damage to live there. You know, and it's Vi took probably 6, maybe 7 turret shots, but Lulu shields. Face of the mountain. Oh, it's not face of the mountain yet, but Lulu shields, lock it. You know, the E proc from Vi. It just was able to help him, you know, live through that. You know, those are team fights that if Red Team had more farm, or if they were caught up more, they would have crushed it because there's no question that was it was a very suboptimal dive in which they got lucky and they didn't die. If blue team had more damage, or if Jin kind of had a little bit more working for him, or even if the Ahri kind of had a little more damage mid lane and didn't have to go for the more defensive Abyssal Zhonya's build, they would have won that, no question.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm actually really curious as to why Dylan was the one to actually go up top and to split push, because I'm thinking, well, as a Lissandra, you have so much wave clear options, especially because you're getting a spell free. Like, I don't understand.
Well, and you got Proto Belt.
Right, exactly. So it's like, I don't understand why Lissandra was the one to go up top, and not the Lulu. It's just something
I'm not sure
really
about
weird.
TP. I'm not sure about TP timers. I see that Lissandra's is off cooldown now, but maybe it was off when that started. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if I were Front Lash right now, I'd definitely try and go into maybe a 3, even just like a 401 combination right now, because of that simple fact that, like, as soon as somebody just shows up to your lane, you just walk away while the rest of your team takes the tower.
Takes
Because,
the objective. Yep.
yeah,
Split pushing 101.
yeah, because Red Team right now, they can't afford to go 4v5. Or
Well,
even,
and nobody-
even a 4v4 at this point.
Well, and nobody on Champion Spotlight Auction can really do anything 1v1 about the Lissandra. The only person you would really want to send is the Nautilus, because he's got the TP, and he would live, but he sure as hell wouldn't stop the Lissandra split push. He would be living at his red, or at his bot side in Hib Tower. At that point, it's just not fun. Like, it's one of those gameplays right now where blue team's got a lot of options for how they close this out.
Honestly
See,
speaking,
this
Blue
is
Team
something
is too
I don't
tanky.
understand right now. This is something I don't understand. Lissandra, I mean, they're sieging top, but I mean, Bard is just going to keep clearing the waves. Rek'Sai is going to keep clearing the waves. They have a very
They
short
don't
range
have Baron.
carry. You have 2 TPs. Why don't you send someone bottom lane? Why do you have 2 people up there? Get the 1-3-1 going. Keep the 3 people mid to add the pressure, and just use the waves to push with your 2 TPs. I mean, they have 5 people top lane trying to make something happen. It's not going to happen. They're just going to keep wave clearing. You don't have that. You don't have that really damage to get on the tower. You don't have those carries to
Well,
range. I mean, look at that. They have
especially
3
with-
waves pushing the tower, and the tower has taken very minimal damage already.
Well, especially with the ZZ out there. Oh, and they actually lost a tower in the whole thing. I was thinking that it might go down if the wave pushed hard enough down in bot side to tier 1. They straight up lost a tower.
See, Blue, they're just not getting anything off of this. They have 2 TPs for a reason. You got to take advantage of that. Utilize the map. I mean, you have this huge wave bottom lane. Why are you still pushing top lane? They clearly have enough wave management to handle the wave mid lane. I mean, at this point, maybe they're going to try to go for the Baron. I mean, they have the mid inhib down. It probably is something that's likely. They might try to make a cheese bush attempt here. They are sitting on a ward though, so red team does know.
There's everything up for the blue team, so they can go for an all 5v5 right now.
Walking right into the death.
Oh, no!
The Sandra getting the W. Is she going to get the ulti off? She gets the ulti off. Is it enough? Oh, not enough. Zonya's coming out from the R. He's finishing it off. It looks like he's the next one to go down. Vi ultimate coming out and then finishes him out. Nice Leona ultimate on the 2 of them.
Oh,
It's going to be enough to
the
finish him. They keep
Zillion.
us with the Jim. Getting the escape. Vi getting the Q on the Rek'Sai. Going to be enough damage to kill him. Twitch trying to kill the Jin. Finishing him off. That looks like it might be game.
Yep, this. So they listened to you without realizing it, and they actually went and did something productive. Baited the Baron, found a spot where there was no vision, made it happen.
But still, I still have to agree with Greg. It's just that they weren't utilizing the lead that they had, and instead
Oh, I
they
don't
made-
disagree with that.
They made it 10 times harder than it had to be, in that regard. That, hey, you just split push, and now you're spreading the pressure all around the map rather than in one spot that they know that they can handle. So, hey, but good on them. They finished out the game pretty strong.
So we got to cut the stream out here so we can get that VOD.
All right.
We will be back soon with game 2 of the series.